Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll probably show you and also give my feedback or share my experience of how to search for a job in UK, especially if you are from outside UK. Let us say you are from India or in fact any other country except UK. So if you want to, let us say, come to UK for work, or maybe if you're already in UK, you are probably a student and you want to uh, work here, then you need a company that can sponsor you. Now, this is something called as a skilled worker visa. It used to be known as a tier 2 visa. This is actually one of the easiest, simplest way to come to UK to work. And it is, of course, not very difficult. If you have the skills, then you can definitely find a job. But you need to basically go to the right place. And I'll give you my suggestion what you need to do. I'm sure you're already doing something, but in case you're not, then hopefully this video will help you. Now, the very first thing that you should do is you should go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is definitely these days a very nice platform where you can definitely find a job that is probably in your own domain or whatever kind of job that you're looking for. For example, I am an Atlassian consultant, and if I mean, LinkedIn is a bit creepy because it will do a lot of things for you. It will send you those reminders that someone is looking at your profile or look at this job. Because I'm an Atlassian consultant, it is, of course, without even searching, it will give me these jobs in, of course, UK. But you can search. You can always search. So, for example, you can search for. I'll of course do search based on what I do. Um, so let me say, okay, I just typed in Atlassian, but let me type in Atlassian consultant, right? So if you search for the job that you're looking for, you will definitely find, something. Definitely find something, and of course you have some filters on top. And usually these days, almost any company, and at least in UK, I mean, I can't really say that for each and every company, but at least in UK, you will find these employers, these companies posting their jobs always on LinkedIn. They might have their own website, they might have presence on LinkedIn. I mean, they will definitely have a presence on LinkedIn, but you will definitely find one job here as well. Now, my personal recommendation would be to uh, use LinkedIn not for applying. Yes, not for applying, but only for looking at the jobs. Because when you apply using LinkedIn, uh, usually, I mean, when you, because I work with a lot of companies and I basically help them set up or use a tool like Jira. So I usually work with tools team or their CTO or their IT department, and I know that LinkedIn is probably like a secondary or it's not. People use it to advertise to you. It is basically a medium, right? But when it comes to jobs, usually, or my recommendation would be to try and first take a look at their website and use their website to apply. I mean, that is probably the best way to reach out, especially if you're applying directly to a company. If you're applying through a consultant, then LinkedIn might be slightly better option, because on LinkedIn you can always reach out to that person. For example, you can message that person. Now the second, so LinkedIn is number one. The second place, and probably the best uh, site to find a sponsored job, is the JobServe. Now, let me show you how to perform search here. What you need to do, let us say you search for Atlassian, right? This is, of course, based on my profile. Now, what you need to do, you need to search for it. Now, of course, you will get a lot of options here, but you need to click on the edit search, and then you need to select here visa sponsored, visa considered, or sponsorship offered. I think you need to select for sponsorship offered, because that will give you um, the list of companies. Fortunately, not for Atlassian, but if you let us say search for let us search for Java. I mean, why not? Because Java is very popular, so you can definitely find something which will give you the list of companies where they might sponsor your visa. This is, of course, one site where not many people go and search, because it is, of course, not a very, very fancy site, but it should be definitely in your list. And the third place which I will recommend is Google. Yes, not many people know that Google has a very wonderful I mean, Google is probably doing it for a lot of other things like Google Flights, or so many other things, because it will aggregate things for you. So what you need to do, use Google, and if you go to Google and if you search for, let us say, Atlassian consultant, I mean, of course, based on my profile, click on this link, and it will give you this separate interface, which is a bit similar to LinkedIn, I guess, where you can perform some search, and then you can, of course, take a look at these jobs, go to the website, and do your research. So this is something that you should actively be doing, because when you are using Google or maybe even LinkedIn, you can actually also set up some alerts. And my recommendation would be to have your LinkedIn profile up to date always, because people will look at your LinkedIn profile always, always, always. They will look at your LinkedIn profile. Number two, this is something that I say every time. I think I probably say it in every other video of mine. Have your own website where you can showcase your. I mean, LinkedIn is of course a nice place, but LinkedIn, along with your website, along with your GitHub profile, along with maybe the list of some projects that you have done, maybe your YouTube channel, will give you that extra edge. And that is something that I thought I'll probably share with you, especially JobServe. I mean, we all know about Indeed, which is of course a very famous website, job portal. But if you want, if you're really serious about coming to UK, then do not ignore these three things: LinkedIn, Google search, and especially JobServe, because you can actually find, especially on LinkedIn and Google, you will find almost all the jobs where companies might have their own portal, but they will always post something on LinkedIn. And Google is of course a bit smart; it will always aggregate it for you. And that is all. That is all I wanted to talk about today in this video. In case you are interested in coming to UK and work here, I made some videos, by the way, some similar videos on this topic, because I want to share these things with all of you, and hopefully it will help you. All right, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about today. Bye bye.